Hi everyone, thanks for joining in, and thanks to Flippa for bringing me on today to talk about business. Now, I'll basically just jump straight into it. And during the presentation, basically, I will just talk about some of the bullet points, and then the rest are just there for your own visuals, so you can see and read those if you want to as I flick through. So get started. So, yeah, we're called Science for Sport, and we provide trusted coach education. So really about the business, we sell a monthly digital magazine, and we don't deal with print, and it's basically just a summary of the latest sports science research each and every month. So each month there's over 1,000 new studies published in the realms of sports science. And so what we do is we have a team of, we call them research reviewers. They review the 19 most applicable and most relevant for our readers. And then we put it into a digital magazine, basically it's PDF, and it goes on the website. And our users can then log in and download the latest issue. And a new issue comes out on the first of every month. So yeah, you can see our one key customer are those individuals. We don't go to athletes themselves. We focus on coach education. For anyone North America, physiotherapist is basically a physical therapist as well. So yeah, business model, subscription, info product.
Oh, and if I could just interject real quick, I don't believe your screen is sharing for everyone right now.
Like I said, we sell a digital product and subscription-based info product. We focus on those individuals as a one key customer. Okay, so this is our product, magazine. Literally just gets hosted online and they can download it as well if they wish to. So quick run through finances. We've got 1,900 current paying members, and they can either buy a monthly or yearly subscription. So $23 a month or $204 a year. All this is in USD. And then we do also have an organization or company subscription, which is $420 per year. Yeah, and pretty much takes care of itself. 2 full-time employees is myself and one other person, and we take a combined 32. We take 32 each per year. So this is the finances over the last couple of years. This is Stripe only. We do actually have PayPal as well, but we stopped taking in 2008. So I don't really look at that. Pretty much the focus is on Stripe, so that explains the majority of it. You can see it's in Great British pounds, but I put US dollars below. Not sure if you can see there, but that's where it currently is. So at the minute we're bringing in around about, it's actually a little bit higher than that, to be honest. So we do a 2-week $1 trial, and then they can either continue with the subscription or not. And kind of on average, the last couple of months is 150, but take January, for instance, we brought in 300. So like that's conservative, to be honest. And the lead conversion rate is 60%. So as in we bring in a $1 trial, and then we convert 60% of those. Average order value, $30, lifetime value, $230. Yeah, and lifetime period is how long they stay with us. Top 3 locations, speaks for itself. Websites users, so that's unique visitors. Email list is 40,000. It grows by a few hundred a week, or no, that's probably a little bit less. It grows a lot more than that, to be honest. I can't remember the exact number, but it's in the thousands. Brand users, like for instance, is the performance director from the All Blacks, and likewise with Ajax, which is like a Premier League football team basically in Holland. And so we do have big brands as well that use it, like Chelsea Football Club, I think Chicago Bulls and things like that as well. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but they all subscribe because their coaches working in elite sport. Brand authority and recognition, I say strong. That's because if you are in the realms of sports science, you will understand how strong our brand authority is in there. I think the top tier of that would be very strong, would be Apple, Microsoft, household brands. In terms of us being niche specific, I'd say it's a tier down, say strong. So growth opportunities, to bolster the current subscription product, really, like we charge $23 a month, but we only provide a digital magazine. We've got things in the pipeline we call like the Coach Academy. So it's going to be things on agility, speed, sports technology, and you can just log into the website and it'll be like a library of information from there. And we pretty much ballpark that at $50 to $100 a month. You add a core product, you could add a high ticket product. All of these things, they're actually upcoming tasks for us to do. Increase average order value. So over the last couple of years, our revenue's gone up, number of members, like new customers and things have gone up. The only thing that hasn't really changed over the last couple of years is the average order value. So there's a big opportunity just to increase that, and then obviously add a lot to the revenue just there. And leveraging sponsors. So we've basically recently brought in sponsors, Catapult. The majority, I understand, you probably don't know who that is, but when you see match data on sports, so like kilometers traveled by players during a game, their meters per second, and their heat maps and everything, all of this data is collected by GPS companies, sports technology GPS companies, and Catapult are the world leaders. So they're the biggest GPS sports technology company in the world. And so we've just signed them up. They're actually from Melbourne, Australia, and we actually just signed them up on a contract. And Edith Cowan University is one we worked with as well, because a natural progression for universities is to put their courses online. It's like masters, undergraduate degrees, put them online, and also in person as well. But we're perfectly positioned where we've got the majority shareholder of the market, basically, in terms of audience reach. So they want access to our pool of customers. And so for us to then get them into their universities has got a huge lifetime value, right? Like a university degree in Australia is like $30,000. So the lifetime value is $30,000. So you can charge a lot of money in terms of leveraging sponsorships with universities and stuff, especially as they now all move online. So that's that. Closing remarks, really. The reason I'm selling it, it's been a long time doing. Even though the company's only just 4 years old, I've been conceptualizing the idea for a number of years. And there's huge developments in the tech market, like particularly sports science. So I'm sure all of you are aware now what sports science is and how big it's becoming. And we're perfectly positioned to capitalize on that because there's low levels of competition in this industry because not many people understand good marketing and stuff. So there you go. That's me. That's the company. More than welcome to answer any questions you got.
Thanks, Owen. Really, really good presentation. Really interesting business. A couple of quick questions from me and then a few from the audience. I'm not entirely sure of your background, but I imagine, correct me if I'm wrong, you have a sports science background. Is this a dependency on running the business? If someone was to acquire your business, you've clearly been able to talk the talk and sign up some incredible customers, the All Blacks. You mentioned some of the Premier League football clubs. You mentioned you've got sponsorship from Catapult. So you clearly know your stuff. What's the dependency on a future owner? Yeah, well, I suppose the quickest solution to that really is obviously to sell the business, I'll be coming out of it, right? So you basically just do a direct swap for somebody else who understands sports science and fulfills the role. And I'm more than happy to help onboard that person. Like, I want to see this company flourish. I just don't want to see it flop and die. Like, I want it to really go somewhere. So I'm more than happy to even help hire the next person to make sure they're the right person to fulfill my role and that they understand sports science and where things need to go. So like that's a key one to it. With regards to bringing in customers, like
like I said, the All Blacks and things. That's all just in our marketing anyway. So our team of and they're all pretty much freelancers, contractors we use. They take care of all the content production and everything going out there, which attracts brands like the All Black and the coaches that work at the All Black. And then just our automations, like email automations and everything that goes like that is what signs them up. So I'm not physically on the phone to coaches from the All Blacks trying to bring them in. It's all done automated digitally.
Now, the business was founded in March 2016, so it's 4 years old. You've got 1,800 active members. Can I just be clear on that? Of the 1,800 active members, how many of those are paying?
All of them.
All of them. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually 1,900 now, like just over 1,900. But
that's fantastic. And are they all paying the same amount, or are there tiers?
Yeah, so they're tiered. Some of them are grandfathered in. So I'll give a quick explanation. I actually started the website in March 2016. I launched it as a business. I had no idea what I was doing. I was a sole trader from January 2017. So in that regard, we're 3 years old in terms of trading. Did 1 year as a sole trader, 2 years then as a limited company. I lost it. What was the initial bit of your question?
Just the
grandfathered, the pay rates. Yeah. So so when we first launched it, we had a cheaper price rate.
Okay.
Like $7 a month, and then we've slowly been increasing the price as we go because they're a powerful marketing tool. Price increases, and so some people are still grandfathered in at a cheaper rate. Others now pay the more $23 a month. So, and we're bringing in more customers. So we're bringing in more customers at a higher price point, and revenue and stuff.
Okay, so just so I understand that really clearly. So someone like the Chelsea Football Club or the New Zealand national rugby team, it sounds like there's opportunities to charge a little bit more. It sounds like you've got incredible content. It's genuinely science-based content. It's factual, it's objective, it's in demand. Do you think there's an opportunity to increase pricing or not so much?
Yeah, like 100%. With the magazine, we probably put it up to a maximum of $30 a month. The current product we got is just for what it is. But like I said, if we roll out the Coach Academy, which will be just online, you can just log in, learn about agility or ice baths or GPS technology. The price point's way higher. And like I said, with high ticket products as well, you could add that in. It's just something I just haven't got around to doing.
Understood.
But with our actual start of financial year is tomorrow. Our new start of financial year, so rolling into the new year.
Yeah.
And we've got these are the highest priority actions for us, is to increase the product range, increase the average order value. And when we do that, we're more than competent. We'll double the revenue in the next 12 months.
Okay.
So that's where we're focusing now.
The final question: it looks like there's between $10,000 to $13,000 in cost per month. What's the breakdown? What are the big buckets there? Yeah,
so I'll just jump back a couple of slides. 5.3 of that is salary.
Okay.
12K, and then the rest are contractors, really. So we use subcontractors, freelancers in order to do the work. Mm-hmm. So put the magazine together and do the research reviews, manage our social media and stuff. And those are all, we basically built a wait list because everybody wants to work for us because we've got such a good, strong brand. It's going to look amazing on the CV, right? And they get to work anywhere, anytime. So we built a wait list of over 100 potential staff members who all have a minimum of a bachelor's degree, but normally masters and PhDs. Mm-hmm. And we get them with super cheap labor as well. We pay them $15 an hour, US. And so in terms of the team, that's where the rest of the financial cost comes from. Okay. And we just use them to bring in. Okay. And just remind me, how big is that social media presence? So Instagram is there, but it keeps growing a lot, so it's hard to stay on top of it, but it's about 242. Yep. Facebook's 162. Twitter, and YouTube's a big one we want to tackle, but you've only got to go to our Instagram account, look at the post and the comments. Yep. or go to Facebook reviews and stuff to see how much people love the company.
Okay, fantastic. So, 400,000 odd followers, and it's the contractors who are managing the content distributed through those platforms?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic on landing Catapult, as you said, world leader, also an investee company of Mark Cuban, which you probably are aware of.
I didn't know that, but
yeah.
All right, cool.
Catapult got their start in the US after Mark Cuban became aware of the technology and obviously rolled it out across some of his teams, which was pretty impressive. And then he went on to become an investor. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Owen. Awesome business. Sounds like you've got extraordinary subject matter expertise yourself, and so good that you've landed some of the world's biggest sporting teams and influencers. So congratulations. Look forward to talking to some more buyers about your business in due course. Over to you, Ben, and thanks again, Owen.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Hey, thank you, Owen, for being here. Appreciate it.